Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak, and next is Mike Brenner. This is the NBA Odds Couple Show for Thursday, May 12th. Mike Brenner, we got one game on the card tonight. Spurs, OKC, Game 6. OKC up 3-2.
Yes,
Mike Brenner,
are.
I have just this unwritten rule in my head that just never bet against the Spurs, but they've been losing. They're on the brink of elimination. I didn't see this coming.
But you know what, Pete, before we get ahead of ourselves there, let's just talk about last night because, look, hey, same way we used to get up and walk to the board, accountability and all that, accountable, all right? I lost last night. I got to own it, and by God, I got to fix it, and I think I've got it fixed.
Let's make sure our record's up, but let's talk about accountability. Mike Brenner, you know I'm killing it on the second half.
What was that new nickname? Check this out.
Second half slick.
Second half slick, and that's true, though.
Last night I tweeted 2 second half on the 2 second halves on the game. Both of them cashed. I tweeted the Miami on the money line at minus 125, and I liked it so fast. I mean, I have to bet it first, right? Okay. First, I have to see the line, then I have to cap it, then I have to bet it. But I went immediately to Twitter. I tweeted it out on money line. You can check the minute that I tweeted out. It was like very, very close. Then I looked more.
Start a reality show with you. This is unbelievable.
and then I tweet because there's not a lot of time overall. You have to look at the lines, you have to handicap it, decide what you like, and then tweet it. But I managed to get both of them out. Now I believe I'm 19-7 overall on the second halves in the NBA, and that one was a big play for me last night.
I'm proud of you. You just said a whole lot in a little bit of time. Pistol Pete, we can start a new reality show called Being Loshak.
The second halves are what I do best. I said that from day one in the NBA, and I'll tell you what about this game, San Antonio.
Well, this game, but we got to talk about something, Pete, because it's got to be put out there. I'm just telling you, last night I learned some things, all right? Because when I lose a bet and I lose a pick, I want to learn. I want to see how I can do better, and I learned some things as far as what's going on in these playoffs, and I'm telling you right now, all right, and I've said it, Portland, I still think Lillard could be second in MVP voting. He should be. And Terry Stotts, there's no doubt in my mind, Coach of the Year, all right, over Steve Kerr this year. I believe that. What that guy had done is nothing short of amazing, all right, and my hat's off to him. But what it did show me is there's some cracks in the foundation in Golden State.
And it's not just because it's
not at
Curry's
all.
house.
And I'm telling you right now, I am so glad
there.
I took a bet on the Cavaliers, all right, as a dark horse, because I think they match up well against them. All right, in my eyes, and I've watched, this is series-wide, Maurice Spites does nothing for me. Bogut, that guy's unbelievable. His lack of contribution, now he's hurt, okay? This team is vulnerable, and with Steph Curry, no matter what, he still has a little bit of a banged-up knee, and he can only do so much. Klay Thompson's killing it. This team can be had, and I think this year they're going to be had. I'm putting it out there.
I'll tell you what, you've been saying for a while that you like the Cavs to take them, and a long time ago I heard from a guy I respect a lot on NBA capping that he said the same thing. He said that he thought that
I just really do. I think they're in a prime position, and I'm just going to put it out there. And also, because of Dion Waiters, I think Oklahoma City has a real shot here as well. We'll get into that with tonight's game. But I had to get that off my chest. Hats off to Toronto. Miami's tired as hell. I saw it in Dwayne Wade last night. And you know what? There may not be nothing left in the tank. And with Whiteside out, and Jordan Sharp nailed this yesterday, that really will pay stronger dividends, I think. I mean, it's hurting them more than Toronto's hurt from the big V being out. So guess what? Toronto may move into uncharted territories. And hey, if they do, my hat's off to Toronto, and I mean that, Toronto Nation. But I don't think the ship sails any further than that. And again, that's with all due respect. But
well, we'll get to that game when that day comes around. But I will tell you this, that I jumped on the opening line. I took Toronto plus 4.5 and the under 190. Okay. Just as soon as I saw those lines out.
Fantastic.
All right. But today,
thanks for letting me get that off my chest.
Sure. Today we have the Spurs and OKC, and I definitely did not make any kind of opening line or a bet today on this game. The Spurs. Brink of elimination. They're a 1.5-point road favorite here. That's kind of telling you something. A team that's on the brink of elimination as a road favorite in a Game 6. I guess that's telling you maybe that the Spurs would be the right side here. The total is all over the place. It's 195.5 market wide. Heritage has a lean to the over at 196. The Greek has a lean to the under at 195. That doesn't surprise me at all. This total to me looks dead on. Doesn't surprise me that two sharp books have opposite leans. I did actually make one bet on this one. It was small, though, but I'll tell you what the bet was.
Okay. I hope you'll tell me. Jesus, tell them, too.
Yes, I will tell. I'll tell everyone. I won't keep this one to myself. Kevin Durant has been, OKC has surprisingly played some very effective and important defense as part of their success.
Yes.
Kevin Durant is committed to it. He sees it as part of what they do well. Now, when it comes to the full game or even the first half, I'm not sure that's going to translate into unders. When it comes to the first quarter, I think we're more likely not to see things slow down a little bit. I did bet the first quarter under. It was 46.5. I bought it to 47 at -124. I actually saw a jump up to 46.5 of the over -115 recently. So someone bet the over in the first quarter. Now I could see these teams playing a clampdown defensive game in the first quarter, and it still sneaks over in the first quarter because 47 is not a high total.
The fact
at all.
that you did bet it and you put money on it, then
did.
it deserves validity. You know what, Pete? I think you might have something there because you nailed it with the defense, and also San Antonio knows they've got to stop and that well from leaking and so forth. And it's going to become defense that does it.
Yeah,
you might be onto something there on that.
All right,
under.
so let's get to your pick on the game. So
Pete, I got three picks on this.
Really?
I got three picks on this.
So let me just finish out with my thoughts. Then it's going to be all about you. I think the totals are dead freaking on. I might have a second half play on a total for sure.
I'm sure you will.
But as far as the full game in the first half, can't touch it. As far as the first quarter, I did bet small.
Okay.
The first quarter under 47.
Small to him's 2,000.
Yeah, bought up to a 47 -124. And then as far as the side is concerned, I'm not going to touch it, but my lean would be to the Spurs -1.5. Mike Brenner, what's your take on this game?
So you're saying it's a 10-foot pole on the side.
Yes, basically,
all right? And I can't reel that pole in quick enough, okay? I've learned so much with what's going on. And again, this is just for me. I'm just telling you. All right, Billy Donovan has really grown up as a coach this year. He's hung in there like a champ when the media was on him. Hell, I got on him for a minute. Didn't get on him, just thought maybe he was in some waters that he didn't know how to swim in. But guess what? He has not only adjusted offensively and let Durant and Westbrook do what they do best, and they were patient enough to let him go through that stage, but what he has done is imparted that defense, that Florida Gator defense, all right, that lockdown in college, and guess what? They're doing it. Durant, you said it, he's sticking to it. He loves it. This is a whole new weapon that this team did not possess with Scott Brooks as a coach. All right, so here's what happens. You got to look at the fact that Popovich can't close out series. He's 2-10 on that, all right, elimination games. All right.
Is that true?
It's absolutely
true.
I
didn't know that.
2-10 elimination games. Guess what? All right, that's not going to stop tonight. This team took a step backwards because Kawhi Leonard, however you pronounce it.
Maybe one point about that. Maybe that tells us that Popovich knows how to build just a machine that overachieves as much possible. But when he builds the machine and it's on the brink of elimination playoffs, there's no more.
And it's not any knocking against him. It just is what it is, and
There's
numbers
nothing
don't
more
lie.
there for him.
Exactly. So psychologically, can that be fixed in 24 hours? I don't think so. Here's what it is. I saw a little bit of a with that team. Tim Duncan. All right, the guy's getting older. My hat's off to him, and I hope he does wrap it up after this year, regardless of the outcome. But they just don't have enough right now. And LaMarcus Aldridge is in a 3-game shooting slump. All right, and when he gets in those slumps negatively in Portland, this is where he used to get bad.
And they rely on his shooting.
And I'm just telling you right now, tonight, OKC sees an opportunity that they have not had yet. They see a clear path that they could win this damn thing. And it may make the difference of KD leaving or not, all right? But they would be remiss and they would be stupid if they didn't put everything they have into the same game plan that just worked. Pistol Pete, I'm pulling 3 triggers on this one. I got them on the quarter plus a half. I got OKC on the first half plus a half. And I got them on the game plus 1.5 because they believe in Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan believes in them. And here is the unseen weapon. You ready? Dion Waiters. They finally found the third scorer. Pistol Pete, I did my research.
Yes,
all right? I did my research. And Raja Bell, believe it or not, I saw a video of his after I did my research. It was saying damn near the same things, all right? And I didn't take this from him. I promise you, I do my research. Dion Waiters, they needed that third guy, all right? From time to time, it's Ibaka from the outside. He'll drain a 3 now and then. But they did not have that 3 force. They used to have him. His name was James Harden. Since he's been gone, Waiters has stepped up. Now they have the confidence. They can dish it off to him. San Antonio doesn't have an answer tonight. And that place is going to be absolutely wild. And I'm going to enjoy it as a fan. I'm going to enjoy it because guess what? I'm back in the truck up now. I'm not being cocky. I'm being confident. I'm driving to the bank tomorrow. I'm cashing tickets, baby.
So you really feel good about this
Pistol
analysis.
Pete, I feel so good about this, I promise you. And if it goes south, guess what? I'll come in tomorrow, I'll smile, I'll get up, and I'll still win. But guess what? I feel good about it. I'm going to the bank.
All right. The last time I heard you give an analysis that made me feel like this way inside listening to you, it was that Toronto first quarter game. I was like, man, I think he's dead on here.
Yeah, they were.
I'm a believer in you right now, Mike Brenner. My pick on this game.
Hey, guess what? And I'm not being cocky, but I'm 22-9. My last 31 NBA playoff picks all on video. So you know what?
Really?
It's not being
22-9.
22-9. That's a game that's 74%, Pistol Pete. And tonight I got 3 solid plays. I think OKC is going to bring it. The house is going to be absolutely on fire. And guess what? Popovich and them are going to realize we can't get it done again. In an elimination game, they're going to give up by halftime, I think. I don't think give up, but I just think the energy is going to be so much. I think they got this game, baby.
All right, there you go, fans.
Fired up, Pistol Pete.
If people were wondering, I wonder if Mike Brenner's going to have an opinion and some picks on this game. Yes, he did, and you got it. I will give officially the first quarter under, buy up to 47, though. It's a minus 118 right now. It might go up to even money, I mean, minus 110 on both sides by tip-off. But so that's what I'll give my pick under first quarter, 47. And Mike Brenner, now we're going to go to Jordan Sharp, who's going to give us some thoughts on possible prop bets for this interesting game. And we'll see if his, if he's agreeing with you, his prop bet should be in line with that. If he's disagreeing with you, he'll probably have prop recommendations against what your take is against OKC. Jordan Sharp, how you doing, man?
Bring it on, big man.
Guys, you just break it down so beautifully. I don't know if you're not watching this show, I just don't know what to tell you guys.
Yeah, no, Mike Brenner breaks it down beautifully. I contribute jokes and some nice recommendations on future second half picks, but that was a Mike Brenner classic right there.
Some comedic relief from Total's Loshak, but no, I mean you guys are right on with this one. I am looking at the big men in this one, for instance. You guys talked about him, LaMarcus Aldridge shooting 36% over his last 3 games. You know what that correlates to? Correlates to Billy Donovan actually playing Enes Kanter and Steven Adams together, something I've been clamoring for this entire playoffs. That big lineup has really hurt them. Oh, and Mike Brenner's boy, Dion Waiters, that lineup with him, the 2 big men, and Westbrook and Durant is by far their best lineup, has been one of the best 5-man rotations this entire playoffs. Thunder may have found the formula, fellas, and I think it could translate into some of those big men for OKC having a big night, maybe playing them on a double-double prop, maybe. Hopefully, if I can get better than even money on one of those guys hitting a double-double tonight, that may be included tonight. LaMarcus Aldridge on the under with how bad a shooting slump he's in. Kanter and Adams have been really given him some trouble. The Spurs do not have the big men to match up with him tonight. So I'm looking at the big men tonight. Might be looking at a big game from either Westbrook or Durant. Not quite sure yet. So I'm going to have to wait and see what the odds come out at. But as always, stay tuned for that later here in a couple of hours.
All right. Real quick, if I can. Yeah, Jordan, I was going to mention Kanter and Adams, and I wanted to see the prop bets on that. What do you think? Because this has really thrown a wrench into the wheel for San Antonio. They were not prepared for this, and you know what? Oklahoma City Thunder's having fun with this, and when the guys are having fun, they're going to produce. So, what are the props for Adams and Kanter as opposed to LaMarcus Aldridge?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're going to look at tonight is probably Adams and Kanter both sitting around maybe 20 total points and rebounds tonight. I'm batting 1,000 with Steven Adams props to this postseason too. I'm looking to keep that going tonight. So I haven't missed on him just yet this postseason. But Aldridge, you're probably going to look at his points prop drop a little bit tonight. He's been up in the lower 20s, I think, for most of the time. So I'm expecting him to probably be around 20, 21 points tonight props. He's been over 20 points, but with how bad he's shooting here, it really just depends. I think Popovich is probably going to try to look to do something a little bit different here in this one. So may lower his minutes just a little bit, may choose to play him at center some more and go a little bit smaller, maybe spread out the rotation a little bit better. Could help him, could hurt him, not quite sure yet. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But Kanter and Adams, I know definitely if they're above even money on a double-double prop tonight, I think both those guys are going to play above 30 minutes. It'd be huge tonight at home. They've tended to play better at home, especially Adams, I think, who hasn't had a single-digit rebounding game all postseason, I think, since he's been playing big minutes.
Hey, call me crazy, call me whatever. Yesterday, I put $500, on a prop bet, and Westbrook MVP of the finals.
Really?
Plus 1,400. And I'm not kidding you. And I'm playing on house money. I threw a nickel on there and said, you just never know. This could absolutely come to fruition. So call me crazy, call me whatever, but if it cashes, guess what? I'll be laughing all the way to the bank, Pistol Pete.
You think OKC can get past Golden State and the Cavs?
I think they can, and we'll get into that as the series and I'll go on. Something magical has happened in the last 36, not even, like Jordan just said, this 5 rotation has been the best in the playoffs. Something's happening. They're buying what Donovan's selling. My hat's off. He hung in there like a champ. This team believes, and now KD probably ain't going to be leaving OKC for real.
Wow.
Yeah.
The intensity is stepping up in the NBA playoffs. I can feel it. The intensity is stepping up in the handicapping of the NBA playoffs. Absolutely. Mike Brenner has stepped up with a big play, big set of plays for Game 6, OKC and the Spurs. I got one small play in the first quarter.
Yeah, let's review our plays real quick.
Let's do it.
Okay.
First quarter under.
You got the first quarter under, which is at what?
47. Well, 46 and a half, buy up 47.
I like it, Pistol Pete. I got the first quarter OKC plus a half. I got OKC on the first half plus a half, and I got them on the game plus 1.5. All points that we don't need, but I'm just going to take it just so I can rub it in that bookie's face because I'm kicking his ass tonight, Pistol Pete.
All right.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jordan. We'll be back for the Friday game tomorrow, and I'll probably have a second half play on this one at P. Loshak at Twitter. Mike Brenner, great show today.
Go Thunder, baby. Bring it.